Have you ever wondered why you keep returning to the same fears, doubts, and patterns, even after reading the books, doing the affirmations, and trying so hard to change? If that's you, I want you to hear this before anything else. You're not broken. And you're not doing anything wrong. You might simply be trying to change your life without first teaching your body that it is safe to become someone new. Because here's something I wish someone had told me years ago. Your mind can dream about the future, but your body is still responding to what it learned from the past. For a long time, I believed that if I just believed harder, or if I visualized longer, or if I found the perfect affirmation, everything would finally change. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, and every time it didn't, I asked myself the same question. What am I doing wrong? Maybe you've asked yourself that too. But what if that's the wrong question? What if the real question is, what is my body trying to protect me from? One of the most fascinating things neuroscience has discovered is that your brain isn't constantly reacting to reality. It's predicting it. Every moment of your day, your brain is making thousands of predictions based on what it already knows. Not on what you want, not on your dreams, only on what feels familiar. That's because your brain has one primary job. It isn't to make you successful. It isn't to help you manifest. It isn't even to make you happy. Its first job is much simpler, to keep you alive. And from your brain's perspective, familiar often feels safer than unknown, even when familiar hurts. Think about that for a moment. Have you ever noticed someone living a toxic relationship only to enter another one that feels almost the same? Or someone who finally reaches financial goal, then somehow loses everything and starts over? Or maybe you've experienced this yourself. You started a new habit, you feel motivated, everything seems different, and then you quietly return to your old routine. It's easy to call that self-sabotage, but what if it's actually self-protection? Your brain is not working against you. Your nervous system remembers experiences that your conscious mind has long forgotten. Not because it's trying to punish you, but because it's trying to protect you. If your body learned that failure is safer than success, that hiding is safer than being seen, that pleasing everyone is safer than speaking your truth, then every time you begin moving toward a different version of yourself, your nervous system may interpret that change as danger. Not because this future is danger, but because it's still unfamiliar. This is where spirituality and science begin to meet in a beautiful way. Many spiritual teachings tell us to become a new version of ourselves, to embody our higher self, to think, feel, and act differently. And neuroscience tells us something surprisingly similar. Your brain changes through repeated experience, not through a single moment of motivation, not through one affirmation, not through one meditation, but through consistent experiences that teach your brain, this is who I am now. I love that connection because it reminds us that transformation isn't about pretending, it's about practicing. Sometimes people ask, if my higher self already exists, why don't I feel like her? Maybe because your mind believes she's possible, but your nervous system still believes she's unfamiliar. And that's okay. You don't need to force yourself to become someone else overnight. You don't need to fight your past. You don't need to shame yourself every time you feel afraid. Real transformation is much gentler than that. It happens one safe decision at a time. Maybe becoming your higher self looks like setting one boundary. Maybe it looks like taking a walk instead of staying in bed. Maybe it looks like applying for the opportunity you've been avoiding, or even resting without guilt. Small decisions, repeated constantly. They may seem insignificant in the moment, but every one of them sends a quiet message to your brain. We are safe here. This is who we are now. One of the big misunderstandings about healing is believing that we have to erase the past. I don't think that's true. Healing isn't about pretending painful experience never happened. It's about showing your body that those experiences no longer define your future. That's a very different conversation because now we are not fighting ourselves. We're building trust with ourselves. I'd love to invite you to try something today. Nothing complicated. Take a notebook, or even just pause for a minute after this video and ask yourself one simple question. If I already felt completely safe, what would I do differently today? Don't think about next year. Don't think about 5 years from now. Just today. One decision, one conversation, one action, one boundary, one act of self-respect. That's enough. Because your future isn't built in a giant breakthrough. It is built in small moments of alignment. If you have been feeling stuck, please don't make the mistake of believing you are failing. Sometimes what's keeping you where you are isn't a lack of motivation. It is your nervous system that is trying its best to protect a version of you that no longer needs protection. And maybe, just maybe, your next chapter doesn't begin by forcing yourself to change. Maybe it begins by creating enough safety to become. In the next episode, we are going to explore something that many of us carry without even realizing it. Until then, remember this. The version of you that you're becoming isn't waiting somewhere in the future. She's being created by the choices you make today. If this resonated with you, I created a guide audio experience to help you reconnect with her. The link is in the description.